Hi, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Kimberly Knox, and you're in the kitchen with KK. I had such resolve to get this video back out. I did it already, and I lost it. And I swear to you, it was a great educational video and delicious. But anyway, we're going to be talking about cabbage tonight. You might not get too excited off the bat because possibly you've never had a cabbage salad like I'm going to show you. And most of the coleslaw that you see is loaded with inflammatory junk and dressing and just dripping and not really appetizing. Coleslaw, fantastic combination for any of my apple sage turkey burger, a bison burger, or my sprouted lentil walnut burgers, which I love, super nutrient dense, alkalining. So we're going to do a little bit of education on cabbages, the red and the classic. National Cabbage Day is February 17th. Doesn't truly make sense since March 17th is St. Patty's Day and they sell out and all the cabbage, right? It's cabbage. That day is cabbage and corned beef day. But so we're still in the whole vortex here for an entire month. This dressing I'm going to put on because I'm showing you this. I had it meal prepped and it lasts several days when you don't put the dressing on. So it's fantastic for meal prep. And I particularly love it with any type of burgers. It's fantastic. So this dressing that I'm drizzling on here, I actually redid one. This is a macadamia nut pineapple dressing. Absolutely delicious. So it is the natural acids in there that start to soften and break down the cruciferous fibers here and some of the herbs. But this is loaded. And we do have some chunky pieces of raw macadamia nuts in here. So this is a really shishi salad here. Or you can put pistachios, but just showing you how you can do this. Now, fragrant. With this pineapple dressing, your kids will even love it. It's naturally sweet. And for all the people that suffer from, you don't want the fermentation from fruit mixed with other foods if you've got a sensitive digestive system. So you can blend it up in dressings. I do it all the time, like my blackberry balsamic or my raspberry balsamic. So this is absolutely delicious. And it looks like it's raw and difficult to digest, possibly. It is one of the best things for your gut health. I meal prep for a gentleman that does meat, but we just steam cabbage, and he does a lot of steamed cabbage with his meats as well. So we're going to talk about what the property is in cabbage that really jumpstarts your whole digestion. And it's not just your gut health that this is going to enhance, it's your liver health as well. So we're going to let this sit. And this will even sit like for the next day if I don't get to eat it tonight. But I wanted to show you what we're going to be putting together here. So let me get my apron on and we'll get down to business. So these cabbages are from Warden Farms. I love being able to go to my farmer's market here and get the highest vibrational vegetables. Just fantastic. And I'm going to show you how to use I love my food processor. I've had 4 of these KitchenAids and with this blade. So the blade has an adjustment underneath and all you do is twist it and it highes and lowers this blade on top. So we're going to want it. We don't want the pieces too big. And so I put it right about on 3 or 4, the setting. And then it just sits right on here. And that way you can get your things done quickly. Now, the way I grew up cutting my cabbage is that cut out the spine like this. Now, you know, this is one of my favorite prep knives. You'll get your money back and more, but you need good, sharp, very high quality knives. And this Santoku long 10-inch and a smaller one. I use these a lot. but most of my work, a larger one here. I actually have two of them. And then, of course, a traditional chef's knife here. But this is, you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck. Make sure you have good knives. So the other way to cut your cabbage is just put on nice music, and you're just going to cut really slim against the cabbage here. Now, so obviously this is going to take a little longer. This is how I had to cut it growing up. So I'm so grateful to have ways to do things quicker. But that's how you learn. And you'll be able to get more uniform pieces this way, because sometimes you might get a little bigger piece. But trust me, it's nice to have this. Okay, so for cabbage, the red and the green, why would you want to mix them? And first of all, cabbage are part of our cruciferous family of vegetables. And we know when we talk about cruciferous, we talk about the glucosinolates, we talk about the active compound, the sulforaphanes, which are super strong in your broccoli microgreens, which are super strong in the stalks of your broccoli. And that's one reason to get a lot of broccoli. The vitamin C, of course, helps you absorb iron better. So this salad is going to help you absorb the iron that you're naturally getting from any of the meats or the lentils and things like that. But it is the sulfur compounds that are protective to the liver, helping the liver do its job. It works every day tirelessly without complaining. And that's why so many people are having fatty liver disease without really knowing it, because it keeps working, and the distress and the dysfunction of the liver gets put off into your digestion or to your heart as heart disease, what's really coming from the liver. So it's really great to keep these cruciferous veggies for that. Also, these sulfur compounds will help the liver in cleaning out and also be for tumor control. So that's why it is anti-cancer, all of the cruciferous veggies, Brussels sprouts as well. There's many ways to love Brussels sprouts. You might not have had them done well, but seriously not if they're doused in a ton of sugary maple syrup or something like that. There's many ways to enjoy them. It's about getting that taste going in your mouth. But so the red cabbage, now you notice color, right? Color, anthocyanins, these are antioxidants. All of the antioxidants are our cells' bodyguards. We want lots of them. When I do classes, I show people the reds, the greens, the orange, the yellows, these things, and the vegetables that are in those categories, why we need them. They're inflammation reduction here. And we know that inflammation is the root cause of nearly every disease. As a functional and integrative health coach, we get to the bottom of disease. And as you know, I'm looking at food for its healing potential because it's what we put on our fork every day that's influencing our health today. And really, we do have a broken healthcare system. We have a sick care system where under 5% is spent on preventative care. That's our job. Our job is to take back the control and to start preventing through diet and lifestyle, because that's where 90% of the problems are. So we have so much empowerment. That's why, you know, I'm super passionate about education and about food and the power, but we can take back the power right in our own kitchen. So this color here, that's why it's good to mix in the white cabbage with the red cabbage. Now, if you're just going to steam this, that's fine. White cabbage is fine. And you're going to get your sauerkrauts made with it. But raw, the red is going to have more anthocyanins here. So very high in vitamin C. Let me just see what else. But these crucial antioxidants, those are the free radical scavengers. We've constantly got methylation going on. We constantly have oxidation going on in our body. Every time we eat, even if it's clean food, there's going to be oxidation going on. A healthy body and a healthy liver can take care of that. And the cleanup time is while we're sleeping. Okay. And that's why eating late at night is a huge no-no, because it gives your body no real chance to digest and recover, because it is now trying to clean up. So a vitamin K rich as well, just like our kales and our green veggies. Let me see what else. So, But the red cabbage has 10 times more vitamin A necessary for your skin health. This vitamin A is another one of our antioxidants. Green cabbage has twice the amount of vitamin K. So you see here, and red cabbage twice the iron. You wouldn't think that vegetables have iron, but look at the plant-based type of animals like gorillas. They grow large, right? So we know that we're getting amino acids and iron, non-heme type of iron from some of our plants. And for instance, moringa is very high in non-heme type of iron. So we're going to get this in here. Let me see if I left anything else about the cabbage that you're going to want to know. And then we're going to get the other things in. Now, let's get this baby warmed up and just have a nice deep prep bowl handy. And I don't need much because I already made this salad, but so pop off the top and then just load in here, press go. And that's how quick it is. So if you grew up like me, having to do this with a knife, you truly appreciate how easy this is. I'm just gonna do the rest of this. I'm gonna get more red cabbage this weekend at the farmer's market. So this is also a great opportunity to make sure you're getting lots of raw herbs. You've heard me talk about herbs. Herbs are where the flavor comes, not flavor packages with excitotoxins and neurotoxic type of chemical disruptors, hormone disruptors, things that the body can't really relate to. These are where flavor comes from. So the rosemary, the cilantro, the parsley. I'm actually going to put some basil in there. I do like fresh mint in my salad as well. So you can get creative with adding in the fresh herbs. It's going to make the flavor palette exciting for any of your family that's going to be eating this. And the dressing, drop dead, gorgeous with the pineapple, fantastic and super easy to make in a little blender. So let's get this out. The salad is really, really quick. And so if the pieces go in an angle, you're going to get some bigger chunks. So then you can just go through and pick those out. It's not a problem. It's time saving. Let's get this on. Okay, so next up is the white cabbage. I'm not going to need much of this. It lasts a long time in the refrigerator. I just put it in a large gallon-sized bag here with a paper towel to absorb some of those, some of the moisture. And I'm just going to use part of this. Now, this, like I said, this is great for meal prep. But I do love it with the burgers. If you had chicken strips, let's say, and you had them in a dish, and you could bring this to work, put the chicken strips on top, drizzle this pineapple salad all over the top of it with some, I'm going to show you the seeds that I put on and extra nuts. This is amazing. And the texture is out of this world. So see this Pyrex dish? This is excellent for salads. I think it's a 6-cup one. And so you'll get several portions out of that, but you could just do half with the meat, half with the salad, bring it to work. It's all done. And it lasts in the refrigerator because you're not putting on the dressing. Dressing breaks down those fibers. So let's get this in. So when you'd want cabbage very, very fine, that's if you're going to put it on with a taco, you know, like a shrimp taco or something, that would be really great. Make sure you're using a gluten-free wrap. They even have coconut type of wraps, but Siete brand has many different wraps. So if you need to control the amount, you know how much you do, you can always use a knife. Otherwise, using a blade and your food processor is going to help out. But like I said, you might get some larger pieces here, so you might want to go through and just pick those out. No problem. Time saving is always the jam, right? All right, so let's get that set to the side. What are we going to put in here for our herbs? Definitely cilantro. And cilantro happens to be right here in my jar. So this is perfect. So what have I already made with the cilantro? I've made my cilantro avocado dressing, or you can make it as a sauce a little bit thicker. I love that sauce on either my apple sage turkey burgers or on my sprouted lentil walnut burgers. And those are great because you bake them. Could not be easy, and there's no junk in them like the less than appetizing plant-based burgers you might get in the store with additives, preservatives, thickeners, and all sorts of junk that your body does not recognize. So let's get a little bit of this cut. Where are my little scissors? Here we go. My herb scissors I just keep in the little tray that I keep my herbs in. So every Saturday, I load up on fresh herbs. If you're lucky enough to have an herb garden, perfect. So this will go back into the tray. So cilantro, what do we know about cilantro? It definitely does help the body chelate heavy metals, especially mercury. All right, you might need another binder to help make sure you get that out of the body, but these herbs are really good. And with Atlantic dulse and with spirulina, this works really, really effectively to help chelate those heavy metals. The plant compounds, those are flavonoids, those are polyphenols, things like that. It's quercetin here, that's the active agent, and you've heard of it a lot. And the thing is the body is synergistic. It works really well with food. So it wants food sources of these antioxidants, not supplements. This is because it works synergistically with all the compounds that you're going to find in here. It's known to calm the herbs, your nerves, and to help you sleep a little bit better, helping with neurological inflammation and protecting the stem cells in the colon as well. What else can we say about this? The coriander, your coriander seasoning is cilantro, by the way, if you didn't know that. And it's going to help with your digestion, helping to reduce bloating as well. What else? But, we really want to think about helping to bind. Now, if you have been eating a lot of fish for a very long time and bigger fish, tuna, sushi, all these things, you're at very high risk of having high mercury. What does high mercury do? Well, Dr. Hyman will give you his tale on the whole thing on YouTube, but it can help people, cause them to hold on to weight. It can really disrupt your gut. It is mercury and aluminum are behind the majority of our Alzheimer's and other cognitive decline. Okay. So these heavy metals get lodged into our tissue and they need some help getting them out. Cilantro is great for that. Plus, cilantro and pineapple are phenomenal, right? Together. So this is where you could either use the same prep knife or just use a chef knife. And you just want to rough cut this. It doesn't have to be too small. I actually like to see some pieces in there. And if you've got some of the stems, you can just grab those out. Basically, just add those to the mix there. So we're just going to be layering everything, and then we're going to toss it together. So, of course, we're going to want some parsley in there next. So if you've ever had, a green juice, but dandelion parsley, my smoothie really helps as a natural diuretic because dandelion greens are a natural diuretic, as well as being super high in nutrients and cellular protective to the liver and helping to create bile and protecting the pancreas. They're amazing, but they're a natural diuretic, and natural diuretics are important because we need to get these things out, especially aluminum clears out through the urine. The overflow for toxins goes into the lymphatic system. We need to keep that going, and we need to drain it out. And natural diuretics are going to help you with that. So just trim off some parsley here. If you happen to not like parsley and you only like cilantro, just put in cilantro. There's so many different herbs, but the ones that are most important for this are parsley, cilantro, Mint and basil, your choice, what you put in, what you want to taste, but you're going to get unique polyphenol compounds, these plant compounds that are protective, antioxidants, and inflammation reduction by adding them in. So we're just going to rough chop them. Perfect. Here's my fresh basil. Gorgeous. Comes in a bag from the farmer's market. And I don't have a place for my own herbs here. So I just trim some off. We're just going to trim some off. I keep the water fresh like it's a plant, which is great. So just take off the leaves here. Basil, wonderful, just wonderful to smell. All the different compounds in here. And that's what you're getting. Adding nutrients. So when you're at home, what you can do is you can control the nutrients. You can control the quality. And that is really important because in a restaurant, they got to control the cost. So they need to price out everything they make. And God forbid people don't like something. So at home, you can explore, you can control, and you can create the highest quality. Scallions are something else that we're going to want to put in here. Okay. And of course, parsley helps you with the heavy metals as well. But when you use a scallion, this is a green onion. It's part of the onion family. So the allium is going to be in here as well, or allicin compound. So this actually helps produce nitric oxide in the body, which is that vasodilator. It's one of those precursors to that. And what else? The vitamin C and vitamin A. So you're getting a lot of nutrients, but here it's going to be more flavor. So a little bit of light, or you could put a red onion in here, also fantastic. And the red onions are going to be very high in those antioxidants as well, similar in antioxidant compound to your red cabbage. So you can use a knife to cut your scallions, or you can actually cut them with your little scissors. All right, so now we have some scallions. All right, so look how this is piling up. Could not be easier. And then you just toss it. You're going to put it in a container to keep. And what else do we have to get in here or talk about? Seriously, guys, not much. So toppings, what are we going to top this baby with? Let's get it tossed. My hands are clean. And if I was doing this for an event in a show, I'd be putting on some gloves, but this is fine. So we're going to toss this around. And now, could you put carrots in here? You can. You don't need to. In fact, we didn't even use often red cabbage when I was growing up. It was mainly white cabbage with apples, and that's really nice too. But like a lot of people are having issues with SIBO or with their intestines. So it is the L-Glutamine that is in the cabbage that is gut protective. It's also an insoluble fiber, so that helps with moving the peristalsis of your colon. And we need that. We need it to keep moving and to feed that good gut microbiome level here. So we have a gorgeous salad here already. I'm going to tidy up, and then we're going to bring back the crunchiness to go on top, and we're going to quickly make a dressing, and then we're out of here. So I hope that you're loving being here. Give me a thumbs up if you are. So thanks for joining me here in the kitchen. And I hope this video is as good as the first one that I made. So let's. Okay, guys, welcome back. So in summary of what we've done so far is we are loading up on L-Glutamine and antioxidants. L-Glutamine you can buy in a powder. It tastes disgusting. So honestly, you'd rather get it this way. And the body just loves all the lowering of the inflammation from your antioxidants in here. And the flavor profile of this cabbage coleslaw is ridiculous. It's so amazing. Now, how are we going to add protein to this? More protein and more nutrients, more zinc, more iron, more protein. We're going to be adding in some sprouted pumpkin seeds. I actually love Go Raw for their sprouted pumpkin seeds. Here you can use raw pumpkin seeds as well. And what I often do is I always have them in a jar. They're ground up. You can put a scoop of that right over that. Now you've got pumpkin seeds ground up. You've got a little bit of texture. It's going to give you a little bit of fat, you know, because of the pumpkin seeds in here. Just perfect. But you get alkaline forming protein from pumpkin seeds. It's alkaline. So many things are acid forming in the body. Not many of the vegetables, definitely not the green. They're very alkaline. That's why when you're sick, or, you know, with cancer patients, they need to get more juicing, more greens in the body, more alkaline in the body, because disease can't thrive and grow. But the acid forming things are endless, honestly. Even, you know, some of the good products, such as the pistachio nuts, are acid forming, whereas almonds are alkaline, and the pumpkin seeds. So the thing is that you've got meat, you've got dairy, you've got sugar, you've got stress. These are all acid forming in the body. So we need things to balance that out. But we definitely love to have texture, right, in our environment. So I actually like to put this on at the end when I lay it in the container, because I like the seeds to stay crumbly on top. But these seeds are great. You'll find them to be excellent snacking seeds. There's a little bit of light sea salt on there, so you don't want to do too much. Because it's better to get your salt through, you know, a Celtic sea salt or otherwise. But these are great. So we're going to get those in there. And like I said, you can grind some up and put it over it. So it's like a meal, like a ground up meal, and it goes in there. Now, our dressing, I've already done 1 lemon and a half. We're juicing up 2 lemons in here. I like the citrus and I like the natural lemony flavor. We're also going to get in some of the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. So that's forming the acid part of the combination. You know, this is my favorite lemon squeezer. It does a primo job. So for apple cider vinegar, I don't know, like a tablespoon, just put some in. Or 2 teaspoons if you don't like it that much. You can kind of gauge. It's going to have plenty of pineapple in there to offset the acid and still make it fun for your kids. Now, you don't actually have to put malt in. When I grew up making this dressing, not so good thinking back. We put in cane sugar, we put in milk, we put in Miracle Whip, all things that are not the best for you for inflammation here. I'm going to add in a little bit of malt, but you actually don't have to. It's going to be creamy on its own just from blending it up. Malt is a very clean almond milk, so you can leave it out. You still get great results because it's going to be creamy when we whip it. This is an organic Dijon mustard, a few teaspoons in there. Here, now we are going to add in some fresh pistachios. If you prefer to use macadamia nuts, that's also a really good choice. Put in a small handful. So, and we're going to be crunching up some here to put on top as well. The pistachios are right behind peanuts. Peanuts is a high protein nut. It also can be moldy, so we have to watch out for that. But almonds and pistachio fall right below on the amount of protein per ounce. Although pumpkin seeds are going to trump both of them, because a quarter cup, you're going to get about 10 grams of protein. This, you're going to get about 6 and 7 grams, but you're getting good amino acids. So just rough chop those with a meat tenderizer in a little baggie. And I'm also going to reserve those to put on top when I meal prep this, because I'm not eating it. If you were serving it right away, you can just mix it all in. Okay. So pistachios are going in the dressing as well. How fun is that? We're going to put in some garlic cloves. These are little. I'm putting in 4 little ones, at least 2 decent sized ones. This is a shallot. I have this left over from something else I was doing. You don't need to put a shallot in there, but I like it. So maybe a tablespoon, and definitely a half cup of the pineapple chunks. They're just big chunks. What else are we missing? And then your choice. I'm going to use a clean avocado oil in here. You can also use an olive oil. Either one of those will work great. So I think I'm probably going to finish this jar because we're almost done. So this one happens to be Primal Kitchen brand. Chosen brand is also a favorite of mine. That's going into the recycle bin. And then all we do is mix this up. You know, I love this little magic bullet blender. I make matcha latte in here. I'll make a golden latte in here. Super easy, single serving. Okay, so check your ears. Already creamy, amazing looking. So you're just gonna love it with the texture and the pineapple. What a bang! It's so great. And you have to make it pleasing to kids. And what's better than adding sugar sources than pineapple? Just fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you prep this. So easy. This just in this small amount of time, you're going to get enough to prep 2 of these containers for the refrigerator. And one of these can be at least 2 servings, but this works so well in your gut. You have to know that it seems like, you know, maybe you can't digest it, but honestly, it's so gut healing. It's one of the best. So now let's get the crushed up pistachios on top. I'm going to save some for this other portion here, and some of the pumpkin seeds. And we're pretty much ready to go here. Nice scoop. How gorgeous is this? You're going to love it. Don't discount the power of coleslaw. Try making it at home. If you need a little more sweet, add in some shredded up carrots, and then you're going to have all the colors, right? The orange and the purple. So I think we've got everything covered here that I wanted to talk about. I hope you're having an awesome night. Thanks for joining me here in the kitchen. And give this recipe a try. You're going to love it. We are in cabbage season all the way through St. Patty's Day. All right, guys, be well.